In the games industry, or at least design, leadership is a mystery box of styles and understandings where you could jump from the greatest boss ever to the worst situation you've ever been in. Welcome back to OPG Concepts, and today I'm talking about leadership in game design. Through my career in the industry, I've had good bosses, I've had great bosses, and I've also had bad bosses, but even at the worst of them, I don't really blame them. The problem the games industry has, and I'm sure many other industries, is that for the most part you never learn how to be a good leader. Most leaders have been put in that position because they're the best in their field. The best coder, the best designer, the best artist. Nobody tells you what to do as a lead. You just have to think about what your old bosses did in similar situations and figure it out for yourself. And if you've had a bad boss, then you're probably going to take on some bad behaviours, and then you're just perpetuating a cycle of bad boss behaviour that you'll pass on to the people you lead, and it's not your fault either. There are exceptions, of course. In my time at Roll7 they set up management training, but it was such a departure from the norm that when I mention it to most people they're surprised. So today I'm going to give you a quick handful of pointers on how I like to manage a team, and hopefully help you go from being someone's boss to being someone's lead. First, and this probably only applies to creative industries like games, but remember, everyone who's there wants to be making the best game possible. Maybe they're not trying their best, or maybe their best isn't what you're hoping for, but remember that somewhere inside is a person who would like nothing more than to be excited about what you're working on. Why does this matter? Because if you're in a situation where your team member isn't performing at the highest standards, then you should go into that knowing that it's not because they don't want to. There might be something deeper going on, and if that's the case, maybe it's a situation that's solvable. Next, communication, and in particular, clarity is very important. Set expectations. Make sure that people know what you're expecting from them and when. They're not psychic. Make sure that you're clear, and make sure that you're clear what the consequence of failure is. And that doesn't have to be a telling off or a firing. Often it's better if it's not. These people you're working with are full-ass adults, not naughty children. Usually the consequence is that they're letting the team down, or it's that the thing we're making won't be out on time, or other features will be cut to get in the thing that you're doing on time. It might even be that they'll move to a different project where their talents are utilised better. The most important note for me though is you shouldn't shout. I've seen people shout and it just doesn't work. There are better ways to motivate people, ways that don't end up with you looking like an asshole. The last thing I want to mention is that you're allowed to be your team member's friend. In fact, the best relationships I've had and on the best products I've worked on are ones where I'm friends with the people I'm leading and the person who leads me. Yeah, sometimes you have to have hard conversations with people, and that can feel harder when you consider them a friend, but I want you to think about it another way. The bad times should only come around once in a while, so treat your relationships as if that's the case. Yeah, you have to make sure that they understand that sometimes you're talking as their boss, but if you're friends with your teammates, you'll care more about how they're doing. You'll care more about making sure that they get credit for things, you'll be able to tell better when something's wrong, they'll care more about how they make you look, and all round you'll get better output from them. That was a few quick tips about being a leader in design, because